What is going on in the world? Well, the current developers of the Halo franchise, 343, talk about Master Chief's design in the forthcoming Halo Infinite game for Xbox One X. In other news, we have a very funny story about late Wu-Tang Clan rapper Old Dirty Bastard when he recorded with Mariah Carey. And finally, many shark repellents don't work. All that and more on today's edition of the Johnny Massacre Show. Checking my phone, I'm so addicted. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in yesterday for the Johnny Massacre Show, where I went on a huge rant about social justice infecting the world. So here we are today, and we're not really going to be talking about any social justice shit, I hope. Politics free. So the first item on the agenda today is Halo Infinite and Master Chief. What will he look like in Halo Infinite? Well, if you're a Halo fan, you already know that the Master Chief hasn't been revealed, but let's look at what one of the developers is saying about his design so we can speculate a little bit, shall we? Halo Infinite features the coolest looking Master Chief design yet, 343 says, according to GameSpot.com. Master Chief's look is changing, they say. So here's a video of the teaser for Halo Infinite, which really doesn't tell us much about the game at all. The article says Microsoft isn't ready yet to talk specifics about Halo Infinite, but now one of the developers has offered a tease about what to expect in terms of Master Chief's look. Halo Infinite's narrative experience director, Dan, appeared on the latest 343 social stream for a deep dive on how Infinite's E3 trailer came to be, and one segment of the broadcast was focused on Master Chief's new look. At around 53 minutes in this video, Ben and community manager Brian Jarrod discuss and show off Chief's new look. Okay, so fuck, it's out there somewhere. Did I just call that guy Ben? Actually, his name is Dan. I can't pronounce his second name. Chosic? Let's just keep calling him Dan. So Dan says the version of Master Chief 343 created for Halo Infinite is the coolest ever, spanning both Bungie and 343 titles. 343 really haven't done anything to advance the look of Halo as far as Master Chief is concerned. The helmets in Halo 5 Guardians were pretty shit. Honestly, they're so meh. Why don't we have a look at this just so I can prove it to you? Halo 5 all helmets. Probably the only person searching for this in the world right now on Google, because Halo 5 doesn't have a very strong online fan base at the moment. It's pretty dead over on those servers. But look at these helmets, right? You see what I'm saying? Sorry, it's a bit low res, but they all kind of look the same. This looks shit, this looks shit, this looks shit, this looks kind of shit. This looks interesting, but a little bit weird, but I'm down with that. It's like a hooded Cobra. This looks like some retro VR headset, but just generally, they're not very exciting. I mean, this is Halo, guys. You should be going to town with this design. You should be pulling out all the stops. You should be inspired. So, this guy who works for 343, Dan, him saying that they're going to make the Master Chief in Halo Infinite a cross between their versions of the game and Bungie's classic versions of the game isn't that reassuring. But anyways, let's keep reading the article. It is by far the coolest Master Chief we've ever done, or that anybody's ever really done, Dan said. So that's to be expected. He's not exactly going to say it looks like shit, is he? The GameSpot article says the new Master Chief design took inspiration from his look in Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, and Halo 5, but who look a little bit different in Infinite. So, all the hardcore fans of the original game, don't worry, you're going to feel really nostalgic, and we're going to cater to you and make something familiar, but at the same time, we're going to push it forward a little bit, but not push it so far that you still don't like it. That's what they're saying. So this news from GameSpot is a little bit clickbaity, let's be honest, and we can't really glean much information from this, but let's finish the article anyways and try to do a bit of detective work. Maybe there is something yet to be found. So from what we've seen so far, and I guess this is GameSpot talking, they reckon Master Chief's Halo Infinite design looks pretty similar to his previous appearance, but Dan teased that his final character model has yet to be revealed. Skip to 53 minutes in the Mixer video to see the segment on Master Chief's new look. The segment includes a number of close-ups and 360-degree shots of his new helmet. Well, holy fucking crap, we're actually going to see this. Why hasn't there been more news on this? They say the entire video is well worth a watch as it goes into ridiculous depth on how 343 planned and executed on creating the Halo Infinite reveal trailer. And they've got this kind of spreadsheet, which I'm assuming is created by 343 in relation to the trailer, and it's kind of funny. They're going into far too much detail, I think. Yeah, anyways, let's stay on topic. So they reckon in this video, 53 minutes into it is going to be some Master Chief related goodness. So if you bear with me, elevator music, then we might be able to watch this together if I can get Flash to work on a motherfucking Mac. Macs don't like Flash, you know. Alright, so I think we're going to be good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll video. Oh, this isn't it. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's dig a little bit deeper. You can tell I really do my preparation for the Johnny Massacre show. Alright, here it is. 53 minutes, you say? Let's check this out. Oh my god, where the fuck is this shit? I'm not starting the Johnny Massacre show again, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Okay, so it appeared on the latest 343 social stream. Okay, so it should be this one. This is a bit like SoundCloud, the way this is designed. Okay, let's see if we can get to... Okay, this is 32 minutes. Oh, we're nearly there, people. Wow, you've bared with me this whole time. You are wonderful. The video still needs to load a little bit. 38 minutes. Okay, here we go. Okay, 50. Oh, look, it's Master Chief's helmet from... I'm well excited. This better be fucking good. This better be good. Okay, here we go.
Took influences from to make that helmet. And so it has a little bit of Halo 2 and 3, a little bit of 4.
Okay, that's interesting. It's quite streamlined. That is very faithful to the original Halo design. I think only a ridiculous superfan would notice any difference, really.
Matt also put together this video showing like a spin around of it, a turntable of it.
Okay, I like the simplicity because that looks like something from a war. You know, once they start sexing up the weapons, you can't relate to them if they're too science fiction and too far-fetched. So I love the way it's kind of simple, and that's probably what an army helmet would look like 1,000 years into the future. It's going to be robust. It's going to be a simple design. So I'm pretty fucking pleased with that. I have to be honest. That makes me feel very nostalgic. I think the image of the helmet is burned into my brain, and while I don't know the details,
and the reactions we're seeing right now,
and the details don't immediately come to mind if I'm not looking at a picture, of course. There is something really, really familiar about that helmet. So there you go. I haven't seen a lot of news on this for some reason, but people are waiting for the big explosions and the guns and the carnage and stuff from a trailer. So it just seems as well, Googling Halo Infinite, more and more news is starting to kind of trickle through. And there's a little bit of smoke building now. And as you all know, there is no smoke without fire. So there's also fucking hell, that's something that's come out in the last 11 hours saying new Halo Infinite trailer explores the making of E3 reveal. Okay, so is this again going back to this live stream? Wow, look how streamlined that looks. That's almost looks retro. That's very interesting. Okay, so making of Halo Infinite E3 trailer, but hang on a minute. So they go behind the scenes of the previous E3 trailer. Let's have a look at this. I wasn't expecting to show you this today. Oh, is this is what we were just fucking looking at? Interesting. Okay, hang on a minute. Is that actually is that fucking footage from the game? Look at that again. What the fuck is that? What is that? That's weird. That looks really, really simplistic. Is this from an early build of the game? I guess it is, because they are showing some early builds of the game, early renders and stuff, against the final product for the trailer. So, okay, so that's the reason it looks basic, is because it doesn't have the proper textures yet. So, I guess 343 are under pressure to show something. I think Halo really is fading from relevance. You know, you got things like Fortnite that are just kicking ass. We already know there's not going to be Battle Royale in this version of Halo. They've already come out and mocked that a little bit, which I'm happy about. You know, just do your own fucking game. Don't jump on the bandwagon. But there is a disturbing lack of news, and they really have to knock this out the park, because it feels like with each next iteration of Halo, it loses more and more fans and gets further and further away from the esports holy grail that all developers are looking for. Okay, so yeah, we've kind of seen all this shit, I guess. Maybe there's a little bit of new footage hidden away in there. You can see some of the artwork, which is nice. It's always interesting to see the original concepts and then finally illustrated and brought to life. I looked up the rhino's arse there. That was a very flattering shot. Some of nature's monstrosities. No, God bless the rhino. We've got to save the rhino, not diss it. Okay, so there isn't that much new stuff revealed there. So this is a bit of a random Halo Infinite splurge just to keep you hyped if you are a fan of the genre. Okay, so in other news today, there's a story that's come out about Wu-Tang rapper, the late great ODB, aka Old Dirty Bastard, aka Big Baby Jesus, who you might not have heard of because he's faded from relevance a little bit like Halo. But he's a fucking legend, this guy. He's awesome. He was a rock star. He was a crazy drug addict, nutcase, very cool rapper from back in the day. And he collaborated with Mariah Carey on a remix of Fantasy, which you might have heard. And there's a story about how this guy acted during the recording process. And it's pretty fucking interesting just to look into another time, a zeitgeist of the music industry where there was a lot more money floating around, a lot more kind of liquid cash. It was very transparent. They put the record out, physical copies, and people bought it and they got the money. Unlike today where everyone kind of downloads stuff for free or streams it and they earn less money, but they make more money from concerts. This was in a time when the industry was just awash with cash. And so you know what that means. If you're a rock star and a bit mentally ill, those two things go hand in hand, and you got a lot of money, you're going to act up. So I just want to read you this story of a famous late great rapper working with Mariah Carey. A bit random, but bear with me because it's interesting. So the article's on hotnewhiphop.com. Very cheesy title there. They say, rest in peace ODB. There's usually always a pretty good story behind the creation of most songs, but the recent revelation of the crazy measures it took for Old Dirty Bastard to jump on Mariah Carey's Fantasy remix is something for the books. Fake Sure Drive's Andrew Baber sent out a tweet that reminded people of the 2016 Billboard article that detailed the hilarious but very annoying tribulations that Mariah's former A&R, Corey Rooney, had to endure to score ODB for the track. So that guy said, on record, I reached out to ODB and he wanted 15 grand to rap on the record. At the time, that was a lot of money, but it really wasn't for Mariah Carey's budget, so no problem. He finally showed up 3 hours late, and when he got there, it was about 10:30 at night. He'd been drinking and was on the phone when he walked in, irate, screaming at some girl how he's going to come kill her, he's going to kick her ass, and then whispering, I love you, then screaming again. This went on for an hour. So ODB is clearly really mentally ill. He doesn't kind of come across as an anxious guy because he's got this swagger and confidence. Usually mentally ill people are super anxious people. So ODB was a very mysterious, intriguing character. God rest his soul. So the article says ODB then requested Moe and cigarettes and made his team hit the city for the items, but they only came back with Heineken. ODB was so pissed he threw a bottle on the floor, but it doesn't end there. And then now we have more of the story from Andrew Baber. He says, at this point, Mariah had been calling every hour on the hour, wanting to hear something over the phone. Tommy was pissed because Mariah was keeping him up. So he finally got on the phone with ODB. And after that, finally we started to record. He said one line, me and Mariah go back like babies with pacifiers. Then paused, said, yo, I need to take a break. And then went to sleep for 45 minutes. He woke up and was like, yo, let me hear what I did so far. We played his one line back. He sang another line or two and then slept for another hour. He'd come up with a line, punch that in, go to sleep. He went to sleep 3 different times in the middle of trying to get that one verse done. If you listen to the record now on his verse, you can hear that it's punched in pieces. He actually told the engineer, you better have your shit set and record it right because I'm not doing it twice. The team decided to bring him back for a few more lines where he got another 15 grand. Once the studio debacle was over, ODB got tapped for the music video, as seen below, which brought on a whole new set of troubles. So again, the guy who's telling the story says, a week later, it was time to shoot a video. We reached out to him and he wanted another $15,000. No problem. So I sent a car to his house and he drank every friggin' thing in the limo, showed up at Rye Playland in New York and went to his trailer. I'd asked him, do you need the stylist to buy clothes for you? He said, nah, this is hip hop. I'm just rocking some jeans and Timbs. That day he was in the trailer, in and out of consciousness, when he said, we're getting ready to do a scene. He said, I don't got no clothes. How am I going to do a video if I ain't got nothing to wear? I started screaming at him. ODB apparently purchased Louis Vuitton luggage and clothes for the video, but once he returned, he declared that he didn't want to wear clothes anymore. According to Corey, the video was a pure miracle. So this tallies with this interview of ODB. So this is an interview that was trying to be made by MTV, I think, back in the day. And they just couldn't get the interview done because the guy's out of his mind. So you want to see what this guy's like in real life? Check this out. Fucking hilarious interview. I love this.
What's up? It's MTV News 1515 special edition this week, coming to you from Los Angeles. John Norris here with ODB, Big Baby Jesus. What's up, man? Hello.
So you can tell this guy on the left is like super awkward. It's just like two people from completely different cultures. Let's keep watching.
Oh, Big Baby Jesus, ODB.
Look at the guy's body language on the left. He's hunched over. He's kind of making the barrier. He's got the mic pulled in close to his chest. ODB does not give a flying fuck on the right. Sprawled out, spread eagle on the sofa.
Actually,
Look at his hand. He's so eccentric.
which name should I use?
Rain Man.
Rain Man?
All right, John, we're just going to try a couple segments and ask you a couple questions.
things.
We'll just go and see what happens.
Nah, that's just natural flow, man. Talk all that promo shit. Let's go.
Can't even understand what he's saying.
Amateur here. Let's go.
Okay. Ready, John? Coming to you in 3,
Look, the interview just really doesn't want to be here at this point.
2.
It's drawn eyes.
Hi, what's up, everybody? It's John Norris here with ODB backstage in Los Angeles.
Look, he's fed up, and the more he fails and the more ODB doesn't give him a good take, the more his spirits are just dwindling. He looks half broken right now.
And coming up, we got a special edition of MTV News 1515. Included in the show this week, we got reports on the Smoking Grooves tour. You know about Smoking Grooves this year?
Well, tonight I won't know about something. I learned one thing. When you go in different parts of towns, you got to learn how to blend in. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to blend in. Some girls don't know their alphabets. Some girls do.
So ODB is out of his mind. He's just psychobabbling, talking about random meandering things. What a nutcase. I love this guy.
But I ain't really trying to be,
And now the interview is kind of laughing at the ridiculousness of it all. So at least he's got a sense of humor.
I know.
or, you know what I'm saying, puffy and all the motherfuckers.
I completely
That's
agree.
definitely like me.
So he's talking about P. Diddy and he's saying, that's definitely not me, those motherfuckers. That's cool. Because this guy, he created the phrase, he coined the phrase, keeping it real. Can you believe that? This guy did that. He's the realist. You can't get realer than this. He doesn't truncate his personality even one iota for the interviewer
See, but the bullshit
or national
is
television.
nothing but riding a rodeo and the crowd all around saying bravo. The sports arena, the Greeks and all of them, the Russians, they all came to party. The Japanese, Pearl Harbor, all of them, they all came to party. There's nothing wrong with party. The Boston Tea Party, shit. As long as we party together, that's party. Party!
Heading out with the Rage tour, Wu-Tang and Rage tour.
I had fun with Rage, man.
Was that a good time?
Yeah, fuck yeah. It was a good time. Picking books and everything. Nigga, please!
Dirty.
Oh my god, yeah. So that old dirty bastard, if you haven't heard of him, go and check him out. His first 2 albums, he only had 2, I think he had 3 solo albums, maybe one was posthumous, but his first 2 albums are fucking classics. I believe it's called Enter the 36 Chambers, the dirty version is his first album. And his second album is N-Word Please, and they're both awesome. The first album has some bangers on there like Brooklyn Zoo, and the second album, a lot of it is produced by Pharrell before he went all social justice and hypocritical and what have you. So yeah, old dirty bastard, rest in peace. Gotta love that guy. Hope I've educated you a little bit about one of the leading lights and late lights of the hip hop world. That's enough chit chat about all that shit. Let's talk about my life. I'm busy as a motherfucker, so today I've just really oversubscribed. I have to do so much random shit. I'm kind of like designing this apartment and like buying furniture for it and shit and putting pictures on the wall, and the walls are all slanted, so I have to kind of deface the wall and vandalize it a bit with various hooks and contraptions in order to get these pictures to fucking hang up. So doing a bit of interior design bullshit today, and at the same time I'm supposed to finish a deal for some new property or house or some shit and like turn that into some kind of fucking hotel. I don't even know what we're doing, but I'm working with a few new people in the business world and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fucking good year, and that basically means I can make the Johnny Massacre show unimpeded. But yeah, going to be on that shit today. I feeling pretty good generally physically after hitting the gym quite hard a few days ago. I'm much better than when I hit the gym hard last week, but I'm hitting the gym so fucking hard, man. I'm massive. Like I've got bigger shoulders than I've ever fucking had, and it's throwing all these new interesting things into the mix of keeping fit because you have to eat so many calories to maintain that shit. It's also getting cold, so it's harder to get motivated to get up to go for a run. Anyway, so that my hamstrings are like fucking Elvis's 70-year-old guitar strings. They're about to fucking twang and snap, so I'll spare you the Elvis impression, but that means I'm probably not going to go for a run today. If I can squeeze it in, I want to go to the gym and do 12 rounds of boxing. That should fuck me up good and proper. So I've got to work my ass off this weekend, and yeah, so it is about the right time to call it a day on the Johnny Massacre show this week. I will not be back tomorrow because, as you know, if you're a regular on the show, I only make the Johnny Massacre show Monday to Friday. So perhaps this weekend I'm going to pull the trigger on my next piece of recording gear. I will actually make an unboxing video for that. I'm also now trying to think about what kind of videos I'm going to do towards the end of the years for the holidays. What would you like to see? I'm probably going to make a post on my community tab on YouTube asking you, but I'm going to do something a little bit more than the regular Johnny Massacre show. I'm going to do some kind of skits or videos about my life and incorporate it into the show, a little bit like how Stephen Crowder does on the Louder with Crowder show. I'm actually not subscribed to that channel because I'm not a big fan of Stephen Crowder. I just don't really find him that funny. And his voice is so whiny. It's like this. It's like, hey. But anyways, I guess I respect the guy because he's doing his bit to combat the left-wing insanity, albeit he is a bit of a nutter as well. But anyways, rambling. I'm going to incorporate things into my show a bit like he does with skits. So what would you like to see? Me making music or going out into Tokyo or what? What do you want to see from Japanese life or my life towards the special editions of Johnny Massacre towards the end of this year? Okay, that's enough rambling for tonight, for today, whatever time it is where you're tuning in the world. I will be back on Monday. Cheers.